news update video. Now, some of you might be watching this and wondering what happened to the DoorDash videos. Well, a little technical glitch. They've been delayed till tomorrow, but there will be 3 videos, one, two, three, and then there'll be another video on Friday that should be a change of pace. So, yeah, we actually have a week of gig economy related videos again. Anyway, because we're doing this live, I can't actually show you the news article, but I read this from Money Report in partnership with CNBC, and this is a bombshell. Uber sells its self-driving unit to Aurora. This is massive news, and I'm going to discuss why. So, according to CNBC, Uber's self-driving unit, Advanced Technologies Group, is being acquired by its startup competitor, Aurora Innovation, the company's announced Monday. The deal, expected to close in the first quarter of 2021, values ATG at approximately $4 billion, which is interesting because that's far less than the money they put into it over the years. The unit was valued at $7.25 billion in April 2019 when SoftBank, Denso, and Toyota took a stake. Which, obviously, that says something right there, too. Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi will join the company's boards, and the ride-sharing giant will invest $400 million into the company. Overall, Uber and ATG investors and employees are expected to own a 40% stake in Aurora. According to a regulatory filing accompanying the deal, Uber alone will hold a 26% stake. The startup is being valued at $10 billion in the transaction, according to a person familiar with the terms of the deal. Now, Chris Urmson, the co-founder and CEO of Aurora, says of this acquisition, with the addition of ATG, Aurora will have an incredibly strong team and technology, a clear path to several markets, and the resources to deliver. Simply put, Aurora will be the company best positioned to deliver the self-driving products necessary to make transportation and logistics safer, more accessible, and less expensive. Few technologies hold as much promise to improve people's lives with safe, accessible, and environmentally friendly transportation as self-driving vehicles. This is now Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi speaking. I should probably have mentioned that. For the last 5 years, our phenomenal team at ATG has been at the forefront of this effort, and in joining forces with Aurora, they are now in pole position to deliver on that promise even faster. I don't know if pole is a mistype in this. You'd think it'd be like prime position or something like that, but whatever. TechCrunch first reported in November that the two companies were in talk, and Aurora is backed by Hyundai, Amazon, and major venture firms including Greylock and Sequoia. So, what does this mean exactly? Well, first of all, if you're a driver, congratulations, you get to still be screwed over with bad rates and bad just everything, because clearly the self-driving vehicles aren't going to be here anytime soon. And granted, I've been talking about this for a long time. I mean, 5 years ago, the self-driving cars were 2 years away. And it became a running gag. Self-driving cars, they're just 2 years away. And this is Uber essentially throwing in the towel with the self-driving cars. Now, some people might say, well, they're not really throwing in the towel because they're selling the firm and they're going to have like a stake in this new company, and Dara Khosrowshahi is going to join the board. Guys, they're selling the company because they want it off the books. What they're doing by this is saying, hey, look, we agree that at some point, self-driving cars might be feasible, but the thing is, right now they're not feasible, and it's costing us way too much money, and we would just rather be rid of this money-losing enterprise. In fact, by getting rid of this division alone, Uber might actually save a couple $1 billion a year and not have that money be pissed away on this. So Uber is trying to get rid of a bad investment while keeping a stake just in case it does catch on through this new company. Then they have a partnership, and they could probably even negotiate an exclusive first look deals type of thing. So if you're a driver, basically you get to keep your job, if you will. Now then, if you're an investor, watch out. Like, seriously, watch out if you're an investor. I know the stock is doing very well because Prop 22 just passed, but here's the thing. Uber pinned their future on self-driving vehicles. They built it on flying car. They built Uber on the future. Like, hey, today we are an app. And we are an app that picks people up and drops them off. And then they picked up food and dropped food off. It was a natural extension. But they said the future is the self-driving cars. When we perfect the self-driving cars and the flying car, we won't have drivers. We can pocket all of that money. Uber will print money. It will be Uber bucks for all the investors. However, here's the thing. By selling the self-driving car division, they are essentially throwing in the towel. They're saying that this is not an investment that's going to pay off anytime soon. They can no longer afford to have it on the books. And as a result, I don't know what Uber's future is. Do you? I mean, think about it. If their core product is losing money, that's a bad problem for any major company. And Uber's not exactly in startup anymore. They might say they're in startup once in a while, but they're not in startup. The self-driving vehicle was their future. That's what the investors were banking on. In fact, I'm kind of curious, real quick, how did Uber stock react to this? Uber stock is dropped about $1 in after-hour trading. And it hit a high of about 54.75 this week. It closed at 53.91. After hours, it's trading at 53.03. So, not a catalytic drop by any stretch of the imagination, but that shows that at least some investors did not look kindly on this. Now, one of the things that's positive for investors is, I don't know if Aurora is a public company. In fact, is Aurora a public company? They are publicly traded. Oh, wait, no, that's cannabis, so no. I don't know if Aurora is a publicly traded company or not. But if they become a publicly traded company, then Uber shareholders will probably get Aurora stock, a certain amount of that too. So that might be another reason to hold on to the stock if you have Uber stock right now. So far, I think the investors of Uber need to be cautious right now. They need to be very, very cautious because Uber has been talking up the self-driving vehicle thing for a long, long time. This was their future. This is what they were heading towards. Once they got this, they would print money. That was their whole sales pitch. Now, that sales pitch is gone. They have basically admitted with this move, self-driving cars are not their immediate future. There was no money in it, and that's a pretty telling thing. Now, again, one of the positives on this is that they are able to now unload a money-losing operation and get that money-losing operation off the books. And next quarterly earnings, I bet you the stock will go up because they're going to show a huge drop in expenses because they were spending money on the self-driving cars. They're not doing that anymore, so therefore those losses are not there. And, that's going to make the stock go up a little bit. So, but beyond that, you're going to have to be very, very careful. The future of Uber is not autonomous vehicles. The future of Uber is, Uber Rideshare and Uber Eats. I mean, we've actually seen them just recently close the acquisition of Postmates. And I'm going to make a video about that. That's going to go probably next week. But, Uber's future has changed. And if you bought into them hoping that they were going to be some futuristic technology, I'm sorry, they really are not. They just found a new way to do taxi rides and food delivery, and that's it. And once the coronavirus pandemic is over, who knows how valuable even those will mean. In the meantime, though, I would like to know, what do you think about all of this? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Are you an Uber shareholder? Are you going to keep your stock based on this news, or are you going to sell the stock? Going to buy more? Who knows? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. I'll see you tomorrow with the first of a 3-part video series on DoorDash's IPO. As always, flame responsibly. Merry Christmas.